Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? Hello, hello? Alright, sounds like it's working. Alright, sounds like it's working. Alright, let's do properties on that. Alright, see if that audio is any better. Yeah, I think it is. Alright, see if that audio is any better. Damn. Lots of shades of brown for the Free Folk Raiders here. That's okay. Should still paint fairly quickly. Kind of waiting for a good to get here. All right. Hey, there you are. Kind of waiting for a good to get here. All right. Hey, there you are. Give me an audio check.
Check, 1, 2, check.
Kind of waiting for now I gotta wait for to come to the stream. All right. Hey, there you are. Give me an audio check.
Check, 1, 2.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all working. Oh, and then I have to grab your camera in Discord. It's the only thing I dislike about streaming through YouTube is that like it can't like test this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
well. So like we almost have to go live and then set everything up, which just kind of sucks basically. But
Right. Yeah.
all right. Not sure the best way to set the monitors up. I guess we'll do it that way. See how that looks. Cool. All right. Well, damn. I have 3 free folk raiders here.
Nice.
This guy is slap chopped.
Oh, let me go to
This guy is reverse slap chopped, so he was painted white and then given a black wash. And this guy is reverse slap chopped with a white dry brush afterwards. Let's see what happens here. I wanted to do these guys, but I think this guy needs a white dry brush over top, but I couldn't decide.
Okay.
So I'm going to do 3 raiders first. One thing I did notice is that the giant, the wash was way thicker than the raider.
Mm-hmm.
I think the raider having the super thin wash might be the trick.
I mean, I'm watching the videos off the stream right now, or you holding them up and catching up. But I think it too, obviously, because the giant is obviously much bigger as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, getting that more definition, I don't think is bad. Obviously.
True. Alright, so, yeah. Where did I put the paints? I took them with me the other day. Out of the house. I don't know where I put them. Here. Right where I left them. I have this stupid, like, cough, but it's just like a tickle. It's not like,
Those are the worst.
oh, it's so damn annoying. Camo cloak. I'm not even sure like what color that belongs to. And then we're also going to see how well these match my other free folk that were painted in a very similar way, just not with speed paints. I did
Right.
I just made my traditional paint super thin, and painted over white based models, so it was kind of like a speed paint, just speed paints weren't around yet. Alright, did you hear me cough?
Yes, I did.
Alright, so that means that the mute on my microphone doesn't work anymore.
So I got this guy to work on. This is OG Azrael.
Here, I'm gonna blow you up big screen while you introduce your models here. Okay.
which he has a new one that was released a couple weeks ago. So as you can see, super small compared to like the new shit.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
But he had a new one. Yeah, so paint him up, make him look cool. Then I got this guy, with a kind of a custom helmet that I got that was on him. It's a lion's head. Dark Angels, lion's head, makes sense.
That's cool.
And then this dude, who's a little he's older too, but I'm gonna paint him up just to make him look cool. He's a librarian. And then I got a few other things sitting over here. I got this guy, which I don't know who he's supposed to be or what, so I don't really know what to paint him yet. Like I know he's some Dark Angel stuff, but I don't know like armor if he's a librarian or like a lieutenant or what.
Right.
So that'll determine which way I go with him.
Hell yeah.
So we're starting with those bad boys.
I'm gonna start with skin tones. And we're gonna start with the basic slap chopped Raider. We're just gonna.
I need some more water in my wet pellet. BRB.
So I'm just gonna start with getting not a whole lot of skin tone on these guys. You got faces and hands, pretty much. That's it. I may have to adjust like where my camera is because this is not a comfortable way for me to paint here. Let's drop that camera down, maybe. Does it drop down? Oh, bastard. Oh, maybe not. It's been a while since I've painted like a regular size mini because all the dye inspired stuff is we multiply it by 1.5 just so that it films better basically.
Right, it makes sense.
Alright, now this is the reverse slap chopped model. I'm gonna have to take my camera off the stand and find a better home for it because it is too high to really do what I want it to do, unless I might be able to zoom it in actually. Noob streamers. Worst part is we're not. I mean, we've been doing this a minute. We should know how to do it now.
we do it enough sporadically
Yes.
that we don't know what we're doing.
Alright, let's go to properties, configure video. Damn, it's all I can zoom it in. Ugh. It's not terrible. I'll take it. How's the focus though? The focus is alright. Might be a little out of focus. Let's see if I can sharpen that up some. try that. Waiting to see how it looks on the stream. So, did you prime them gray?
Yes, these are just
Okay.
primed basic gray.
Gotcha.
I've been digging priming just like a neutral gray.
I did it with my Greyjoys, the few test models that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked the color that I was able to get on like the cloaks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan of it, especially when you're doing a lot of varying colors, because you can get those darker ones darker quicker without having to do like a bunch of layers. You know, like layering it up if you're trying to go for like a real deep, color.
And you're using contrast.
No, I am using standard base Caliban green.
Oh, like just a traditional paint.
Yes,
Nice, kicking it
and I go
old
super thin.
school.
I've been doing a lot more traditional paints lately. Just feel like my skills have stepped up, where it's a lot better with them,
Yeah.
and I like the results a little bit better. And you just
All
got
right.
to do, a
I'm trying to
few
figure out
things.
how to get all these different variations of brown with only 3.5 colors of brown. I feel like I was able to get a lot of variation with my original Raiders. Because it was, I had so many options. I could cut the
Mhm.
colors, I could mix them. Not that I can't do those things now.
Prefer not to.
I've just never done things to that extent with the speed paints. I've always pretty much just straight out of the bottle onto the model. There's been one color for the dye inspired minis that like I have to hit with some medium and then like a little bit of a blue, but just because it's like a really I don't it's kind of an odd like teal color
Hmm.
that I just don't have a match for.
Yeah, I've done some mixing with them to get some different colors, and it's actually kind of cool when you do mix them up, because you can usually get some pretty great colors going on. But I don't prefer doing it. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
because it's just so hard to like reduplicate it if you're going for something, unless it's just like this one-off miniature.
One thing that I am going to attempt with the speed paints that I uh, would have never tried prior is some of the fur and stuff around the models.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna go white with it and give it like the idea is like a polar bear kind of look.
Nice.
So we'll see. Now we're slapping some of this same brown on the reverse slap chop. Oh, if I went over my theory on what that name should be.
The slap and tickle.
Well, actually, that's a good one. So originally, I was like, oh, I'll just call it the chop slap. Like,
Hmm.
it's backwards. Then I had another name for it at one point. What the hell was it? I don't know. And then I misspoke once and called it the chap slap. And I was like, you
Nice.
know what? I'm kind of digging on the chap slap.
I do like that one also. That one is good.
I just like envisioned some British dude that just smacked the shit out of someone and hey old chap and then whack. Yeah, this is kind of how I've always done my Raiders though. I put one color out, I put it on 3 different dudes in 3 different places, and then usually instead of going to just another color, I'll just put another color in this brown just to get a variation of it.
Hmm.
I'm not certain that I will or won't do that with these old boys. Let's see what we got here.
So did you watch any of Warhammer's stream for their announcements for all this updates or no?
I did not. I didn't even know they did any of
They
that.
did, they did, yeah, they did a big. It was like 45 minutes to an hour. Obviously, they talked like Age of Sigmar and some other games they got too,
Mm-hmm.
but it was pretty dope. And I'm watching it, and I was like, they know how to do hype right. I
Yeah,
will give them. And
they don't.
they
They
didn't
don't.
even like bury the lead. They, like the first thing they did were like, here's the fucking lion,
They
and I'm like, I respect that.
they don't ramble incoherently for 45 minutes and then show you new things for about 6 minutes and
Yeah,
not that
they show you they
I'm
show you
not.
new thing, and they do ramble a little bit about what the thing was, but it's like no, they get it. You gotta tell people.
Right, right. Wasn't 40 minutes of let's
And
take questions from chat and then just grab like the most softball ridiculous
yeah,
things that nobody actually cares about from the chat.
yes,
Once again, not saying there's anybody out there who does do that. As I paint free folk models.
they Did you see anything that they were gonna do for like 10E that's coming around the corner?
I read one of their, like half-assed little articles, basically.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I read one of those.
Yeah. So from what I gathered was it's basically your army's going to have like 1 or 2 pages of rules. And then you're still going to have like your unit data sheets, but
Okay.
they're all updating so that they're more streamlined. Um, super really easy to read. And they're going to have more rules on the data sheets. So if your units do XYZ, it'll be like there'll be more unit abilities. So there's less of like what does my army do and more of like this unit does this.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like that makes perfect sense. And your army will have sorry, basically 1 page
Right.
of everything it does, and I'm like that's great. That's actually great right away.
One thing that I would really like, um, one thing I would really like to see them accomplish, and I don't know how popular it would be in the Warhammer community because I feel like a lot of the veteran players probably enjoy this. But I'd really like my unit, if it has 8 guys in it, to not have
Mm.
8 different shooting options. I just despise that so much.
They are gonna they are going to like streamline some of that, and
Mm-hmm.
really that's all about like the options that you do put on it. Yeah, because I know I was looking at like your Plague Marines, and it's like, oh, you can give them like 4 or 5 different guns,
Yeah.
and I'm like that bit overkill. I can even do it on my units, but yeah,
It's like I
but
can,
they're at least
but I
streamlining it.
don't
They're
want to.
like yeah,
But I feel like there's probably players out there that do that and probably do it well, and I'm sure it works great for them. But like as a
new
new borderline not even experienced enough to be considered novice player, that is so vastly overwhelming to look at.
I think the one thing that's tough, even like for you starting, and I think I'm past it, is you just obviously need to know which guns are doing what.
Right.
You like you're taking guns on you to be like this gun is specifically do gonna do this type of thing,
Yeah.
and then you have it do it. And if it's not shooting at that, you're just like, yeah, I'm not using that gun right now.
What are you doing?
Hey, Dragon.
Hey, we
What up?
are streaming. What do
I
you
would
do?
have been on sooner, but Jeff just left work.
Oh, are you at work?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, it's Dragon. He said, "What are you painting?" Scroll back to the beginning of the VOD. No, I'm painting a couple of free folk. Um,
Oh, nice.
because I'm testing a new painting concept, and Dakota's working on some Warhammer stuff.
Cool.
I thought you didn't work until like I don't
Friday,
know.
Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, I was thinking you were off for like a while yet.
No, I only had 5 days off.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. It's if I don't have to work over tomorrow because Kohler went home sick today.
Really?
They just fired like 13 people from here.
Oh, I know. I was there, and it was
Oh,
terrible.
were you?
Yes.
Wait, who got
Freaking
fired?
Lexi and Dana.
Yeah, our work fired 13 people the other day. It was
For what?
And like
just
good people.
just kind of downsizing, kind of. I guess some of them people there was like some drama and stuff. I don't really know.
Do you know how much that company pays on snacks a month?
Yeah, we've discussed.
I know about what we pay a year. Yeah.
Well, it's 10 grand a month.
I think it's a little lower than that, but yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. Well, they're going
You
with
wouldn't
new
think
snack
they would
company.
cut the snacks before they cut the people?
Yeah, it's only like 2 salaries versus 13.
Yeah.
Basically,
Well, you could
I
also
guess
stop giving people $5,000 a year in marijuana.
those are all tax write-offs, though. It's not like
Mm,
real money.
Still,
And not everybody uses it, so.
I would say probably 90% of the employees use it.
Probably, yeah. Do I try to give all 3 of these guys white fur? I mean, why not? It's just 3 out of 12 models,
Why
right?
is your shit frozen?
What's
It's
that?
annoying. Said your video's frozen.
Uh,
It's my phone. It's not you.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not the stream. Oh, this is a really dark brown. Not sure where all I will put this. But yeah, we decided that we're gonna get back into regularly streaming and podcast and all that good stuff, and
Nice.
hopefully try to get a Patreon up and running and work on 3D printing and painting fun stuff.
Cool.
And Warhammer's going to blow up, so we're making sure we're in that because there's going to be a show and everybody's going to love it.
And it probably is going to bring a lot of people to the game.
Yep.
Even oh, color, don't want to do that. Okay. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I changed my mind on this color. We'll do this though. I was gonna say something now. I don't remember what it was though. What were we talking about? The show and
Bringing people to the thing.
bringing people to the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's going to happen.
It's like a Snapchat. It's gone forever now. Whatever I was gonna say, it's not happening. All right, put some dark brown sleeves on this guy. So far, the paint that is down on the reverse slap chop guy, the chap slap, I really like the way it looks. I almost wonder though if I need a better paint thinner than just water, because I do feel like that would increase the flow and like make it not streaky. I feel like some spots I can see some streaks underneath the color, but it's not dry yet, so we'll see if that goes away or not. Did you hear anything about the other job, Dragon?
Had an interview Wednesday.
You had an interview?
Have
an interview.
Yeah, I got interview Wednesday at 3.
It's fun.
Yeah. We shall see. The only 2 people I know are me and Richie that applied for it, so.
Oh, didn't what's her face?
No, she did end up backing out. She was too afraid of losing her, I don't know, seniority or whatever,
Oh, Jesus.
which I don't fucking know.
Everyone
Silly
who
one.
works at the sheriff's office is terrified to leave it. It's just one of them things where, like,
Well, she's been there.
they've done it so
She's
long.
been there 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done it so long that they're terrified to, like, go do anything else.
Yeah. Well, and she gets 5 weeks of vacation now, and she would be leaving that for 2 weeks of vacation after a year.
2 weeks of vacation after a year. Ew, gross.
You don't get any vacation time. You get 2 personal days until your anniversary date, and then you get 2 weeks vacation.
Fuck that.
Where's this at?
Norwalk Municipal Court, adult probation. So, I mean, I'm off holidays. I'd be off weekends. It'd be day shift.
You'd be telling grown-ass children to get their shit together for years on end until you finally send them to prison.
Yeah, but, you know, to have that power, dude. You go to jail, and you go to jail. No. No, it's, I don't know. The way everyone was, or the one lady that was doing it was talking about it, I mean, it's, the intense probation is a lot more productive than, you know, inactive probation. Because they have to, like, report to you every 2 weeks instead of once a month.
Does any of it ever work?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So, do you remember DJ Adams?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's in it, and he's, like, literally about to graduate. He's got a job. Granted, it's at Cerna and Sons, but it's still a job.
Those guys are all
It's
criminals,
the first time he's held a job in 8 years, she said.
Yeah, well.
So, I mean, yeah.
Not eating
There's
heroin
some
anymore
positive.
will do that for you.
Right?
Dakota, would a blue-gray look okay on Free Folk? I don't think so. I think it needs to be like a gray-gray. I don't think a blue-gray makes much sense.
It could work. I don't know where it'd go. Like on fur?
Just as like part of a cloak, just like a gray cloak.
So,
Yeah,
is
be
that a
like worn.
Warhammer character there?
What's
Dakota's
that?
is.
Yeah.
Wait, who am I watching? I don't know. I think I'm watching Carl.
I'm in the bottom
Aren't
right.
it? Or
Are you on YouTube or are you on?
I'm on Discord.
Oh yeah, Warhammer.
Oh, you're watching. Okay, I thought you were on YouTube.
Oh, that's sick.
Man, I feel like our stream is like low-ish quality on YouTube.
Could be my camera. Yours doesn't look too bad.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I just have my YouTube set to. There we go. Okay, I put my YouTube on 1080. That's what it was. Alright, let's do this in gray. See what that looks like. It's okay. Do the hood with the same. I think all 3 of these guys are going to get white fur. Just because the whole rest of the unit I cannot give white fur and it'll be okay. Was one of the glorious things about Ice and Fire minis is that they're super easy to paint. Stone hatchet. we'll paint this as stone. Also, yeah, so Dragon, they're coming out with a new edition of Warhammer. Oh, it's definitely bone. That's definitely a bone. Son of a bitch.
The new edition? What do you mean?
Yeah, like a new edition.
Like a new faction,
No,
or?
like revamping the rules and all that good stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So they're gonna simplify things if you wanna try your hand.
Well, no, it's just it's really expensive, dude.
Use 3D print it.
Yeah, bro.
3D print you fucking armies. You just gotta buy a book.
Not anymore.
You don't even have to buy any books anymore.
Well, from what I heard, is when this update comes, they're free-releasing the rules for every army. I don't know if that will continue until they do release books, because obviously they're going to make the books in the future. But everybody is going to have their new rules right at the beginning. So
imagine if free rules meant that the codexes were going to be like crazy heavy on lore.
They already pretty much are. Well, not heavy, but like there's a bunch of lore in them. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get away from the books, but I don't think the books will be necessary to play. So, yeah.
I might give this guy a whole gray cloak. And we're gonna go back up and use up some other colors.
There's obviously a lot of memes out there too, because seeing that two factions got their codexes within the past 6 months. They're like, it's that there's like a death comic where it's like, was I a good whatever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's the one for a faction. It's like, was I a good codex? And it's like, I don't know. I only played you 3 times.
Who's gonna go see the D&D movie next weekend?
I was gonna see if you wanted to go see it the following Tuesday for $5 in Norwalk.
I really want to go see opening.
It would be like April 4th.
I mean, I may be down to go see it a second time or something. But I'm trying to go see it like opening weekend. I guess it's gotten pretty good reviews.
I saw it had like a 9.4 on something. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take.
Doing pretty well.
I'm gonna maybe take Casey to one of those nice theaters and watch it, because there's one by us where it's like you got like the recliner seats and they like bring you all your shit, and it's like,
yeah. You can't beat the freaking one in Norwalk on Tuesdays. It's $5 for any movie.
What color is that?
And you get free popcorn with it. It's great.
What if we take a little bit of skin tone and we mix it with a brown? What color do we get then?
okay.
All right, I'll probably check on with you guys in a little bit if you're still on.
Okay, we'll be here for a little while yet.
All right, later.
Bye.
See you, dude. The D&D movie definitely is like low key looking real cool.
I don't know that if adding that little bit of skin tone to a brown really got me much variation or not, but it's okay. Because they're raiders and they're basically supposed to look like they're in shambles all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I do almost have 3 models done in... The stream has been on for... I don't know. It's being weird. It's only let me go back so far. I'm not sure. Oh, it tells me up there. The stream has been live for 45 minutes. I have not been painting for 45 minutes, though.
That's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah.
Even if you considered it 45, seeing that you based them and then washed them. But, like, that's still a pretty generous amount of time.
Let's do this stuff too. And we're gonna mix a couple of browns with the dark brown just to punch some color in this area, because they're the Raiders and we don't really care what they look like, especially when they haven't left the box on the shelf in 2 years.
A lot of people just knew how to make a game exciting.
Do some brown fur. And some more brown fur. And punch some color in here because we missed some spots. I'm going to need more gray because I have to get that right. Oh, how's it going over there?
It is going. Got some green down. I'm getting some black down. Getting his gun done up well.
Alright, if we attempt white fur, get this belt pouch thing painted a color. Once again, there's Raiders and there's 80 of them on the table, so if you can look at one model and bitch about how it looks, I don't care.
Played against them Wednesday. Tony brought him over.
Yeah.
They still are definitely very good, but they definitely can lose their teeth kind of easier. But like they're still fucking good.
I was looking at some lists, the one day that we were talking about potentially playing a game, and I was just trying to get out of the box with them a little, and Alright, let's do the bone color. No, I want to do white, because then I want to try to go back and highlight the white. All getting white fur.
Yeah, they're definitely still very good, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, like you can kind of work around them if you can like do some stuff. But yeah.
What were you playing?
Starks. A Howland list with triple or double trappers. I was proxying one in.
How'd that
So
go?
I was hidden traps. It was kind of fun because I was hidden trapsing as much as he was, and they actually get messed up with it. But like, there was definitely a point in time early where it was like, oh, I lost this game, but I was able to like overcome it because I made a couple of good decisions and a couple of things kind of went my way when they should. But he had also had a couple things go his way that were like real bad for me. I think we both hit like 3 charges with ones, like auto win charges, roll on ones.
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4, like a piece almost. So, but yeah. I was talking to Bob. Apparently now, they actually met with this one guy from Simon, and Simon's actually going to work with them to like promote the game,
Work with whom?
like Sunday Slaughter,
Oh,
like Chris and them. Which I'm like, that's dope because yeah. But he's like, yeah, we can't like talk shit anymore. But also like when we do use the new stuff they send us, we have to like make it look good. I was like, oh, it's like even if it's not, and we all know it's not. He's like, we have to hit like the combos with it if there's anything out there. And I'm like, oh well, that
that's
makes
kind
sense.
of,
But
yeah.
yeah, he's like, if a thing has Sentinel, we have to let it like get it off. And I'm like, makes sense. Like, but at the same time, it's like that's cheap.
Well, that, yeah, I mean, it's unrealistic. If your opponent can block that, like, they're gonna block it.
Yeah. But it's a step in the right direction for him, I'd say.
I guess. If it led to better playtesting, I'm all for it.
Yeah, no
Because
kidding.
some of the stuff that gets through playtesting in this game has blown my mind many times over at this point. And the just absolute refusal to ever be like, yeah, we kind of screwed up on that. Like, our bad.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
like, well, the community's not playing the way that, or something.
Why is it your playtesters play?
Yeah.
Yeah. 40K is going to have an update here in a week or two.
Is that when this 10th edition
Three...
stuff is dropping?
No.
Oh.
This is going to be like their last balanced data slate for 9th edition, they think. Because they did announce it. Basically help like currently like curb out some of the top stuff. Because there's a few things that are just overperforming right now. But like, hey, clockwork, they have something come out, and then 3 months later, they're like, okay, we're going to update it because we missed some shit.
Right. Which, like, there's nothing wrong with missing shit. It's refusal to admit that you missed anything, and then just taking a year to even attempt to fix something.
Oh, man.
I never asked how much like noise my chair is making. Maybe it's because I have it dropped all the way down right now. Because I drop it all the way down when I paint.
Getting some banner work in.
We're on to weapons, and then there's just a few spots here and there that need completed, and actually going to be kind of mind-blowing how quickly speed paint's burnt through Free Folk Raiders. I absolutely love the bone color in speed paints. It's so nice. It has such a nice, like, yellow bone sort of vibe to it. Oh, I'm so over this. I still, like, there's a part of me that wants to still, like, attempt to pull the trigger on the new speed paint sets. And there's a part of me that just can't believe that it's $400 fucking dollars. It's like, dude, like, I get it. Like, that's, there's lots of cool stuff in there and it looks great, but, like, I don't want to spend $400 on anything.
If anything, you should just fill out your Death Guard army instead of doing that.
Right?
I mean, that's just a lot.
Damn, what are we gonna slap on that? We have some dark brown. We can put that on these wraps. Yeah, I might be better off because, like, I mean, I'm not gonna knock them till I try them, but like we were talking about earlier, I really like the way I do metallics with speed paints, and like, there's metallic speed paints, but which I don't know. I'm sure they probably look great, but at the same time, I kind of like the way that I do my metallics.
Yeah, I don't mind doing them on like weapons and stuff, but it's when I get to where the whole model is metallic, then I'm struggling because it's like, you know, it's hard, not hard. It's just, I don't know, getting all the shading and stuff to make it look like normal,
Mm-hmm.
and then like hitting it with highlights that like can like pop enough.
And have you
Can
tried
not
like
be
using a contrast paint on the metallic?
as like a shade.
Like, okay, so like, what color are you doing?
Here, I'll give it. So my golden dude's here, which he actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But like he's very like I had him retributor armored. I shaded this whole thing, and then I went to like I'm basically trying to like glow it up,
Uh-huh.
but it's just like I mean it's hard to tell. I mean it still has definition, and like it doesn't look bad, but I'm still just like, not.
So I would hit all that gold with either like a light brown speed paint, or even get like Nuln Oil, or whatever the lightest shade of Nuln Oil is, or whatever.
Mhm.
Hit that whole thing and then dry brush it gold again.
See, I've already had this thing shaded though. Is what I'm saying.
Like, oh, you hit it with a shade already?
Oh yeah, I had this as a retributor base. I shaded it, which it's hard to tell on the video because my light's very washed out when she hit all this gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've gone over it with basically kind of like a light dry brush. This guy's probably better because I have more of the components actually painted on him. But I'm just struggling.
Do you think you need to hit it with
I
a
just,
darker shade?
I mean, I don't think it looks bad. I'm just not as pleased as I could be.
It looks too clean. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, totally. But they're custodies. They're supposed
Yeah.
to, almost. That's
But I mean,
what
like, it looks too clean
yeah.
in the way that, like, it looks flat.
Right.
At least
Yeah.
through, video and such.
Yeah, I need to. I think I do need to re-hit like some of these areas again
Mm-hmm.
in here, and even some of these back here. But yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's these bikes mostly too that are killing me right now.
Bikes.
Like this guy's not looking too bad right now. Like,
Yeah.
but like I haven't tried to highlight him up or anything, or get some variation on it. So like he's basically been base coated and shaded.
Yeah.
And like
The base coat is so golden that it almost has like a toy you'd buy from the store kind of look. At least on camera, it's hard to tell, but like it just looks like it was fresh out the box. Like,
he's not looking grimy, is what you're saying.
yeah.
The thing is, I mean, yeah, I've shaded him, and like he's got some recesses, and I don't know, maybe if once I go through and like hit, because he's got a lot of just like areas like these will be black in here, and I'll do silver on his face and helmet, and probably some silver in a few other spots to get some variation. So that might make it look better, but I'm still just like, and this isn't a great pose either because he's very much toy soldiery. Just chilling, but yeah.
focus on my camera real quick. Damn, I busted out 3 minis. I'm gonna give them a little. Do you have the stream pulled up?
Yes.
Alright, they're not on stream just yet. Oh man, is my stream like super behind? Okay, my stream is like crazy behind. There we go. Alright. Giving them little twirls here. I guess I would still do a white dry brush in the end because all of my other free folk ended with a white dry brush to look like fallen snow, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, okay, so this one, which if you're watching the stream, it's a minute behind. So like, through here, on this side of the cloak, there's lines that appear that are because of the black wash that it was hit with before. Trying to reactivate a spot and smooth it out a little, maybe. Yeah, that's okay. So
yeah, I can see what you're looking at.
Yeah. So those lines are from the wash prior. And I think if I use this giant without a white dry brush over top, my lighting's a little rough right on this guy because he's all white. But I think a lot of these spots, like there's a spot on the belly here, like, that's going to show through like hardcore.
Right.
Spots on the cloth and stuff I don't care about, but like on the skin tone, like that, it's just going to look like a giant mole, which actually kind of sounds cool now when you say it out loud. But yeah, other than going through and dry brushing the white on for the snowy look and dry brushing metallic on just like the 1 or 2 dudes' weapons, we got can I dim this light? Yeah. We got 3 painted Free Folk Raiders in, I don't know. Stream's been live an hour and 2 minutes, but
45 minutes, basically.
yeah, probably.
I mean,
pretty neat. Speed paint's really really bang through that, even faster than the little water down method. I was gonna say, I swear I'm seeing a white spot on one of these models, but then every time I looked at it, I'm like, I think it's the glare. But I had to get it.
That's the worst where you're looking at something and you're going, I see a spot. Yeah, I can't get that spot.
Yeah, you almost have to let your peripheral vision do it. Man, we banged out 3 Free-Folk Raiders pretty quick. Next time, ladies and gentlemen, we're finishing Hulkbuster. Finishing Hulkbuster. I kind of want to dry brush some of his gold right now, just because for the last few minutes of stream here. Which dry brush do you want? Looks like a good dry brush there for some metallic on a Hulkbuster. Reaper Bones, Dragon Gold. try
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Little Carl yelled at me again the other day. When is my Hawkbuster going to be done? I want to be like, listen, you take that to the Die Inspired complaint department, because I'm like, you know, they're soaking up all the painting time.
Whenever you do it.
Where are we at, Mr. Hawkbuster? Where can you be on camera at? I feel like my gold is too thin at the moment.
Man.
Oh, that works.
Good night, honey.
That should be better. This is actually like the perfect brush for this. This little chisel makeup brush. Oh, that's why I changed the focus. I was like, man, why does my camera look like shit again? No, I didn't apply the changes. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyone watching out there in YouTube land?
Some
You get what you pay for.
black. Going into here.
Yeah. I'm liking the way this looks. I don't know if it's visible on camera or not. Anyone doesn't remember, prime this guy silver. Right? Yeah, I primed him silver with the airbrush. Or no, I did a zenithal. I did black, and then I did white, and then I did silver over top of that. And then we applied the Army Painter speed paints. Which we just did yellow and red over top of the silver and got a nice metallic look.
Foot is also black.
And the gold is subtle enough to where there's been a couple of times where I can't tell if I've hit something or not, so that's good.
Blacks are in.
Oh, I did a podcast the other night with the Die Inspired guys.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's up on their channel yet because they're definitely gonna get their money's worth out of their editor. But
Why?
just the one dude is just like kind of, he's a little off the chain.
Is it like
Like
that one night?
that one night?
Dude, when we were on there, remember that dude came on and he was like wasted?
Oh, okay, no, not that. It was not that bad. But this dude, we'd go down the funny jokes rabbit hole, and then Mike's like trying to get everyone back on topic again and quit making butt jokes. Like when I told him that I think it was like that second batch when I got vertigo that week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, and I procrastinated and this and that. And then one guy's like, what'd you do? He's like, because I told him, I took the zinc and fucked me all up. He's like, did you like crush it up and try to snort it? And Mike's like, can we stay away from the snorting comments? Because I believe this was the second or third time that we'd been on that topic. And then I was like, yeah, I tried that, and I tried the suppository, and so that one felt great, but...
Oh, Lord. That's great. I still haven't checked out one of the videos yet. I need to.
Oh, man, there's so... Like, So, episode 1 and 2, you're on, like, boat A, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, like, things are kind of starting to heat up, and then they leave that boat. Episode 3, different boat. Episode 4, different boat. Episode 5, different boat. Episode 6, you finally get back to that action on boat 1, and that episode was, like, literal, like, edge of my seat at some points. It was so intense. I was like, this is the coolest shit that I've watched as far as D&D content goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because I think there's been 7, maybe 8 episodes now, but yeah. So basically, so everyone is on a ship starting off. There's 4 different ships, so there's 4 different groups. Once people start to realize that there's only about 8 seats on these lifeboats out of like the 20-something people on each ship, they go Hunger Games real quick. In like, it's like you don't ever really get to see that side of D&D, like it's always cooperative for the most part, unless you have someone in your party who's like wants to play the really edgy rogue or whatever.
Right.
But like when people's actions have legitimate consequences, like one guy's like there's 4 seats on the lifeboat and there's 4 people on the boat, and one guy's like, I'm jumping over the edge of the ship onto the lifeboat. And it's like, okay, he rolls for the jump and everything, succeeds. And then it's like, all right, everyone has to roll to figure out who's staying on this lifeboat. So, like, he jumped onto the boat and knocked someone else off, and they died. And he, like, genuinely felt bad for it, And he's like, no, wait. Like, he didn't, like, that was the first time that, like, one of the first player deaths for that group. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that, like, I was physically going to take a seat from someone else. And then, like, to watch other people come to that realization, like, oh, this is going to get a little dog eat dog here. It was really cool. Because you had some people that like would straight up attack people or like try to push them in the water or whatever. And then some people are like, no, we can tie a bunch of barrels together and sing kumbaya and we can all get out of this alive. And it's like, no, no. One guy,
That's the guy you push.
I mean, I don't know to what degree you want spoilers.
I mean, I don't care.
All right, so the one guy realized he wasn't going to make it on a boat. He's still on the ship. He's not getting on a life raft. So he starts cutting down the mast of the boat.
Uh-huh.
And they're tracking like, okay, like these guys have rowed this far away. Now it's your turn again. And he like critted his last turn and did the exact amount of damage he needed to drop the mast of the ship, like timber, into the water. And like he's just trying to smash one of the boats because he's like, fuck you guys, if I'm not getting out of here, neither are you, And it, oh my god, it almost works. And you're like watching, and Mike Rusco, the DM, and he's just standing there with that look on his face, like, I can't believe this is fucking happening right now. Because he's like, we might literally only have like 3 people make it off one of these boats.
And then they're like, yeah, they make it.
But yeah, it was a real close check. It was kind of crazy.
Thing is, that would be fun. But I know how my checks go, and I would be dead.
Well,
I just know, like,
as a DM, it would almost be fun to like be in a setting that's like hyper focused on killing the players.
oh yeah, I bet it's great to be like, yeah, we're just gonna kill people today.
Oh man. All right, well, I'm not gonna keep this one going for too long, and I kind of have a headache. I shined up Hawkbuster a little. I'm gonna finish him one of these days. I don't really know. I'll probably dry brush a little bit of silver on the red to give it some cool stuff, and then I'll finish up with the airbrush doing blue on any of the reactor looking parts.
Nice.
And then
So Silver National Healer got some red in there, getting some red on his banner. I'm gonna hit his cloak with like a bone. And then he's got a lot of white spots in here in his like head and flesh I gotta do. So he's coming along pretty quickly as well. I'm just kind of getting some of these darker colors in for once I hit that bone. That's usually once I kind of got to start being real precise because I hate doing. Well, not hate doing bone. I like the bone colors, but once you start going light, you know how it kind of goes.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. When these are completed, we will throw some pictures up on the Instagram. Follow us there. Subscribe on Facebook. We hadn't really talked about it yet, but I was thinking like once we had 100 Facebook subs is when we were going to look to start the Patreon. So we have 61, I think I saw earlier.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna keep pushing out some content and then make a Patreon, and we'll do a whole video on when we're gonna drop the Patreon and why we're dropping the Patreon and those sorts of things. So look for more to come. Thanks for hanging out, and anyone who watched this, see you next time.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.